morning students. On demand of class 9 students, I am going to discuss important topic. The topic is conclusion drawn from xt graph. Xt graph means x is displacement time graph, or you can say distance time graph. X is distance or displacement. It is distance or displacement. T is time. So what conclusion can be drawn from this graph? I am not going to discuss how to draw the graph as you have learnt in mathematics. So very important. It will help in further study in 11 or in the higher classes. If you know the conclusion drawn from the graph, xt graph, vt graph, at graph, force time graph, there are so many graphs. So what conclusion can be drawn from the distance time graph? So here from distance time graph, first conclusion that can be drawn is state of rest or motion of the body can be decided with the help of this graph. On looking over the graph, we can decide that the body is at rest or it is in motion. How can I decide it? By looking over the graph, single graph. If xt graph is parallel to the time axis, as I have taken here xt graph, and the graph of the body moving is AB and which is parallel to time axis. If the graph is like this, then we can, by looking over the graph directly, we can say the body is at rest. बॉडी जो है वो रेस्ट में है, ये मूव नहीं कर रहा है. क्यों नहीं मूव कर रहा है? बिकॉज पोजिशन x does not change with time. Time is changing on x axis, distance is changing on y axis, and the body is at rest because its position is not changing, but time is changing. So the body is sitting over anywhere or body is at rest, and the graph of the body which are at rest is like this. Two important things you have to notice here. Independent physical quantity is taken on x-axis while drawing the graph, and dependent physical quantity is taken on y-axis. So time, it does not depend on anything. It is independent. Therefore, time is always taken on x-axis, and other physical quantity like distance, displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, they are taken on y-axis. So that is why I have mentioned here. And come to the second. Now come to the second important conclusion drawn from the xt. Now the second conclusion drawn from xt graph is nature of motion of the body can be estimated by looking over the xt graph. xt graph को देख करके हम लोग इसके nature of motion, motion is uniform or non-uniform, that can be estimated. So first, if the graph is a straight line passing through origin or is not passing through origin, if it is a straight line, then we can say that motion of the body is uniform. And if the graph of moving object, xt graph, distance time graph of moving object, is not a straight line like graph number 2 and 3, then we can estimate that it is not uniform, it is not a straight line, so the motion will be non-uniform. For a straight line, motion will be uniform. For curved line, the motion will be non-uniform. So these are the estimation taken from the xt graph. Now come to the third conclusion drawn from the xt graph. Now the third conclusion drawn from distance or displacement time graph is speed or velocity. If it is distance time graph, then we can calculate the speed. If it is displacement time graph, then we can calculate velocity. So speed or velocity or you can say instantaneous speed or instantaneous velocity can be calculated by using distance time graph or displacement time graph or xt graph. How we can calculate distance time velocity or speed or instantaneous speed or instantaneous velocity using xt graph? So I have taken here one example for the graph for the body moving with uniform motion and other graph for the body moving with non-uniform velocity, non-uniform motion. So if the graph is straight line like this, then what will be the value of speed or velocity? The speed or velocity of the body at any time, it is the average speed. In the straight line, it will give the average speed. So speed or velocity is equal to slope of the graph with the time axis. X-axis is termed as time axis and y-axis is termed as here distance axis. So speed can be calculated with the slope of the graph. कितना angle बनाता है? What is the angle made by the graph with the time axis that will give you the value of a speed, or velocity or average velocity. That is why here speed is equal to this angle is denoted by theta. तो थीटा को कैलकुलेट करना है, एंगल को कैलकुलेट करना है, और एंगल इज कैलकुलेटेड बाय परपेंडिकुलर बाय बेस. If you are asked to calculate the angle, then you have to calculate perpendicular by base. So from graph 1, this is graph 1, speed is equal to AC, this AC, value of AC and divided by value of OC. When you will draw the graph, you will take the scale and you will have to put the value on x-axis as well as on y-axis. So what is the difference of O minus C minus O? What is the length of OC and what is the height of AC? Put here and you will get the speed or velocity of the body. Similarly, you will get instantaneous speed for the second graph if the motion is non-uniform. In the non-uniform motion, you have to take a point on the graph anywhere. I have taken P point on this graph. You can take here, 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 anywhere you have to take the point, and from that point you have to draw a tangent. As you know from geometry, from mathematics, that only one tangent can be drawn from a point on the circular surface or a spherical surface. So this is the tangent. AB is the tangent, and this AB, what is the angle made by this AB tangent on x-axis? If you draw this, if you take to x-axis, you will get same angle जो यहाँ पे है वही एंगल मिलेगा. So you take the tangent and meet up to the here, or you cannot meet. You can leave up to above the axis and you have to make the right angle triangle. Then you will get this BC and this AC. Theta angle here is theta. So instantaneous speed is alpha, means slope of the graph, slope of the tangent, and this is equal to BC by AC. And if you draw this line up to the axis, then A will be here, A will be here, and this C will be at this point. So AC by, you can take here AC by that one, and alpha will be here. This is the alpha. So value of alpha is calculated by perpendicular by base of the triangle shown in this figure. So this is the instantaneous speed, and this will help you in further study in 11th standard also. So my dear student, you are suggested to remember it by get it hard, for always it will help you in physics in standard 11 if you study science.